This is Zach with Biker's Edge, and we are out here in the middle of the Great Salt Lake on Antelope Island for our Edge of the Map series. We're going to go to different trail systems around the state and kind of show you around, let you know, in our opinions, where the best trails are, where the best routes are, so you can go out there and be prepared to have a good time. I personally am out on the island so much every winter, literally 2, 3, 4 times a week at times, because it allows me to get out and ride dirt in the middle of November, December, January, February. You get to see all the wildlife and the animals, and it's just a really cool experience every single time. During the summer, there's going to be a point in March where it is going to turn to Bug City, and it's disgusting. They bite like crazy. You know, there's 6 months of the year where I don't ride this, but there is October through February where it's just perfect. Let's start off with the White Rock Loop. This is by far the most popular trail out there. There's a few different ways you can ride it. Very pedally, a little bit of rocky here and there, but mostly just kind of up and open and getting out there, and you get to see a lot of the island. So with White Rock Loop, my favorite way to ride that is going to be, you're going to start from the parking lot, the White Rock Bay parking lot. From there, you're going to go through a fence. On that fence, you got to take a left. Don't go straight. The straight trail is just absolutely terrible, and it'll just ruin the ride for you. Follow that trail until you reach a bench and kind of a saddle area up there. From there, you can turn right or left. Left is going to give you some double track, kind of even climbing throughout, but you can also go to the right. And to the right, you're going to get this more single track, definitely better views, looking out on the west side of the island as well. Those two trails, though, are going to meet back together on what everybody kind of refers to this as the saddle. On that saddle, there's a bench. It's a really cool place that you can kind of see both sides of the island. Now, you could just loop around. You can back and forth that and kind of keep an easy, quicker ride going. But let's say you want to get more of a ride, which frankly, you drove all the way out there, you might as well. Keep going south from that saddle. From there, though, you're going to climb up what everybody refers to as One Tree Hill. And if you've ridden it before, it's kind of a granny gear close to it, just grind up to the top. Hurts a little bit, but you're going to make it. You're going to see a trail that heads out towards the west, and that is Elephant Head. Elephant Head to me is my favorite section of the trails on the whole island. It's kind of techier, rockier. There's a couple of cool little moves and like tech moves that you can do. And you get out onto this elephant head shaped point, and it is so cool. The best views that you're going to get of the island. Let's say you want a little bit more from there. You can drop down the Split Rock Bay switchbacks, which are pretty fast, pretty fun, a little rockier. Once you get down to the bottom of the Split Rock switchbacks, you have a choice. You can either head north and east and go up a double track road, which honestly is kind of miserable. Or what I prefer to do is to turn back around and go back up the switchbacks. From there, just kind of track your way back, and that's an awesome kind of bigger loop that you can make out of White Rock, out of Elephant Head, and out of Split Rock. So one thing, especially on White Rock Bay, to watch out for is going to be the bison. You need to be careful with them, but if you're careful and if you're smart, they're not going to bother you. One of the best things you can do is give them plenty of space. I mean, I'm giving them 50 to 100 yards. It is completely fine for you to ride off trail and get around them and just be safe. Really, the best sign to watch out for with the bison is going to be their tail. If they're lifting it up, that's a sign of aggression, it's a sign they're unhappy, or it's a sign they're taking a dookie. Either way, probably want to stay away. Probably the next most popular trail is going to be the Mountain View Trail. Mountain View Trail is on the east side of the island. You can see the Wasatch Front from there over the Great Salt Lake. This is a super mellow, super easy out and back trail. Frankly, I kind of prefer to ride it on a gravel bike, but a cross country bike, or take your kids out on there because there's a few little rocks here and there, but overall just a very mellow, very easy, very scenic ride out and back. If you follow it the whole way, you'll end up at the Gar Ranch. The Gar Ranch is really cool. It's worth looking around at. There's a bunch of history signs that you can learn more little tidbits of information about the island. So now we're on to the Lakeside Trail and the Lakeside Connector Trail. This is a trail that's going to be super polarizing. I'll be honest, it is difficult. It is rated as a black diamond, and it's real, and it's not because it's like sketchy, scary, steep. It's because it is extremely technical, and you really got to pick your way through and make kind of some like power moves and stuff like that to get through the rocks. It is Again, really pretty. I think it has some of the coolest like rock formations on the island. There's a couple little like rock arches if you know where you're looking and whatnot. Very, very fun trail. You can either out and back the Lakeside part of it, or you can make a loop out of it by doing the Lakeside connector, which wraps around on the east side of the island and goes back down to the parking lot. So one thing to watch out for on the Lakeside is it is a bike killer. It is a chainstay killer. It is a wheel killer. The rocks are really tight, really sharp, and you gotta watch out. I have put more than a couple scratches in bikes on that trail. So there's another section of the trail that we're just going to throw in real quick. It's basically kind of the western side of the island. I'll be honest, I very, very rarely hit it. It's very remote. It's a lot of double track. It's a lot of sand. It's a lot of steep. You're not going to really see anybody out there, which I get just a little bit worried about. Like, it's so remote that if you had a problem, you're kind of stuck out there. So if you're going to go, make sure you have your maps or your trail forks, or at least take a couple people with you so that you guys are all supported and good to go. A lot of times I get asked, like, what type of bike should I take out there? What's going to work best? If we're looking at white rock, frankly, anything is going to work. Cross-country bike, usually wider tires just because it's a little bit sandy. You're going to have a great time. But if you got a trail bike, if you got an enduro bike, whatever, just go out. You're going to have a good time. Just know that it's probably more about the scenery, especially if you're on an enduro bike, than it really is about the actual trail that you're riding on a lot of that. I ride my e-bike out there a ton, and I think it's great. There's so many miles to put in that you can put in these really big rides, and you can see a lot of the island. It makes some of those hills a lot more bearable as well. One thing to factor in when heading out on an e-bike is you will get less elevation than what you're normally going to get on most of the trails that you do. Reason is because you're going fast. I mean, you're 16 to 18 miles an hour, a lot of it, and that just uses more power. Also, the sand is a little softer. I think that uses a little more power too. So whatever type of elevation you usually get on your e-bike, I would do that as kind of like a 2/3 factor. So normally you get 3,000 feet of climbing, then you're probably safe kind of planning more on around 2,000 feet of climbing or so. One of my favorite things to do is on the Mountain View Trail is to actually ride it on a gravel bike. You can get this great out and back, really good distance and time on the gravel bike. You can ride the trails, you can ride the dirt road a little bit once you get past the ranch. And it's just challenging enough to be kind of fun on a gravel bike, but it works out really, really well that you're not overbiked and you have something that rolls a little quicker. There you have it. That is our edge of the map for Antelope Island. If you enjoyed this, please let us know. If you have other trail systems locally or in the Pacific Northwest, just because we need an excuse, let us know. We'd love to go do some more of these for you.